Hey, yay, hey, yay. We are all gathered here to talk about Shakur. Yet again. This boy, Shakur Stevenson, man, oh man. It's like I don't even know where to begin at this point. Shakur Stevenson under fire for recent comments he made regarding weight online. In this video, I will take you through it. Don't you worry about that now. Let you know the who, the what, the when, where, the how, and why Shakur Stevenson is currently under fire with boxing fans. Let's get unpacked. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Boxingego unpacked. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. We're right on top of things. Shakur Stevenson on Twitter. I'm gonna let you know where it all began and why it's looking crazy. For starters, Robert Garcia says he wants Raymond Muratalla to fight Shakur Stevenson this year, right? A boxing scene interview, right? Let me get my headset.
I would do right after. So before the end of the year, I would go up to 140 with Raymond to challenge Shakur for Shakur's start. If he's still going to stay at 140,
You heard it? Right there. Before the end of the year is up, I would go to 140. If Shakur is bout it and going to stay right there, we can go to 140 and make the Muratalla fight. Now, this is Muratalla's current trainer, Robert Garcia.
here I would go up to 140 with Raymond to challenge Shakur for Shakur's start. If he's still going to stay at 140, or maybe we'll do the catch weight at 144 against Shakur. Raymond's a big boy, man. Raymond's a big boy, and I think this might be our last fight at 135. So we are going to go up and wait.
I think this might, pay attention. Y'all got to pay attention. I think this might be our last fight at 135.
And I think this might be our last fight at 135. So we are going to go up and wait. And if Shakur is available, since he has no luck getting all the bigger fights, if he's available, then we'll be more than happy before the end of the year to challenge against Shakur. 100%.
Boom. Right? So I'll put the link in the description. Robert Garcia, Ray Muratalla's trainer, who's a champion, right, said Ray Muratalla, who beat Andy Cruz, who been on Shakur's brother's ass, Keyshawn Davis, beat Keyshawn 4 times in the M's, right? Keyshawn didn't really mention fighting Andy Cruz like that. And then after Andy Cruz loses to Muratalla, he's posting videos like, belt to ass, like he did it. Like, what is going on, bro? But anyway, back to Shakur. Robert Garcia said we would fight Shakur at 140. We can even do the catch weight of 144. Why is he saying that? Because Shakur just did an interview and it was with Ariel Helwani, and he said that he would fight Devin Haney if Devin Haney comes down to 144. Boom. So I've already made a graphic before this interview came up with that information. This is where Shakur is about to start getting caught up. Shakur wants to fight Devin Haney at a catch weight of 144. So I don't know what Devin Haney is doing. I don't speak for Devin Haney, but Devin Haney, in my opinion, which is a great opinion, the best in the business, and it's not even close, he's not coming down as a welterweight champion to fight no Shakur at a catch weight. He already been there, done that with Jose Ramirez, and then after became a champion. Why would he move backwards like that? Why would he give Shakur, when he's a champion at 47 welterweight, why would he give Shakur an advantage by having to deplete his body 3 extra pounds while Shakur doesn't?
HANEY versus Shakur, is that the one?
Yeah, you know what's crazy though? That I would love about that fight? I think that HANEY fought at a catchweight against Jose Ramirez 2 fights ago, if I recall. And it was 144 pounds. So I would love to do it at 144 pounds. We could meet in the middle. I don't think that the belt has to be on the line. I think that the fight is big enough for both of us to be fighting at a catchweight. And I don't think the belt really matter in that instance. I think we can both sell out a big arena, and it'll be a tremendous fight.
Couldn't agree more.
Okay, so a brand new interview with Ariel Helwani. I just let you hear it. Shakur said, when asked about fighting Devin Haney, he said, you know what? The thing I like about that, we can rumble at 144 at a catchweight. So let's set aside all the contradictions with that statement. Like, you said you would fight Conor Benn not only at 147, you said you would fight him at 154 on the Breakfast Club. I've already exposed you on that. So we'll just put that aside. Let's put aside the fact that when Tank fought Ryan Garcia and there were catch weight, you hated on Tank, right? And said, oh, why would he do that? That don't make no sense. And you acted like you had a problem with catch weights. You did an interview with Say Cheese, and you were like, man, nah, I don't want no excuses. So when I beat Ryan, because he was being asked about a potential Ryan Garcia fight, right? We'll put all of that aside, and we'll go just off of, in the last 2 days, you said you will fight Devin Haney at 144, right? We'll start there. Robert Garcia, speaking on behalf of his team, his fighter, Raymond Muratalla, said, Ray's a big dude. He's a big boy. This will probably be our last fight at 135. Then we're moving up to 140. But heck, we can even fight Shakur at 144 at a catchweight. So he believes his fighter can fill out in either spot, 140 or 144. I am not trying to insult you or waste your time, but I want you to be, I gotta be surgical. You know I'm surgical with this. Jake, I need my money. You know I'm surgical with this. So I have to have you listen to it again.
The year, I would go up to 140 with Raymond to challenge Shakur for Shakur start if he's still gonna stay at 140, or maybe we'll do the catch with at 144 against Shakur. Raymond's a big boy, man. Raymond's a big boy, and
or maybe we'll do the catch weight at 144, right? So in my mind, I'm like, heck, Devin's probably not coming down to 140. He's definitely not doing that. But I don't believe he'll even come down to 144. I think he's too big. He just did a video with James Toney that was posted. He looked the same size as James Toney. He looked way too big to be going down in weight when he just became a champion there. So Devin fights out the window, in my honest opinion. Ryan, let's talk about him.
Shakur, two of the biggest names in America.
He did all this stuff calling out Ryan Garcia. They got nowhere because Ryan reconsidered after initially he did act like he would drop down to 144 or 140, but I think he reconsidered and he's like, nah. So that really went nowhere. But now Ryan's saying,
No,
What is your next fight, brother?
it's gonna be in August.
We'll go get it.
Yeah.
No, that's not. That's tricky.
We're gonna have it in Vegas.
We'll get it. He left his passport.
For real?
For sure.
Oh, bro, front row, I got you.
Who you fighting against?
His name's Conor Benn.
Okay.
He's from the UK.
But I've been out of the
Yeah,
game
yeah,
for
we're gonna
like
eat
2
that up.
years.
We're gonna eat that up. Yeah, Conor's about to get blasted,
That's
guys.
Connor's about to get blasted, guys. I'm fighting Conor Benn. This was from a brand new stream from Ryan Garcia, right? The game don't wait. So Shakur wasn't trying to move up in weight. The weight clearly was an issue, and they moved on. So according to Ryan, unless he's lying, because y'all call him Lion Ryan, on his stream yesterday, he said he's fighting Conor Benn. So let's break this down. We're on my show, Unpacked, so I got to get unpacked. No Devin Haney because of weight issues. The other guy you called out on Ariel Helwani, Conor Benn, no, say bye-bye to that because Ryan just jacked you, right? The other guy you've been beefing with, Ryan, say no to that because according to Ryan, these two on screen are fighting. So who are you going to fight? You already beat Teofimo and he's moving to 47. So there's really no reason for a rematch. Who is Shakur going to fight, right? So me being armed with all this information, when I seen Robert Garcia talk about we'll fight Shakur and we'll come up to 140 where Shakur's a champion after beating Teofimo, right? Or we'll even fight Shakur at a catch weight of 144 because Raymond Muratalla, he's a big boy. When I seen this with all the information I have, I'm like, cool. Shakur's not fighting Devin. He's not fighting Ryan Garcia. He's not fighting Conor Benn. He already beat Teofimo, right? And you have Keyshawn Davis. He's not fighting him. First of all, Keyshawn got a fight or a rematch that nobody asked for with Nair Albright, right? So you're not fighting Nair Albright and you're not fighting Keyshawn because y'all are brothers. We're brothers. We're happy and we're singing and we're color. Do-do-do-do. Give me a high, high. All right, cut and beautiful, guys. Look up Marlon. Say cheese, right? So I named like 5 or 6 people that we know for obvious reasons you're not fighting next. Who are you going to fight next, right? So again, when I seen this from Robert Garcia, Jim, I'm like, bet, cool. Robert Garcia says he wants his fighter, who's a great fighter coming off a great win with Andy Cruz, to fight Shakur Stevenson, right? I was happy because I'm like, all right, we can get somewhere with this. This is a fight that's available and it's a fight I would like to see. Man, I kid you not, Shakur done messed that up. And I'm like, huh? How you missed the open layup? Bro, tell me what you want. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. So again, your boy Ego, I'm hyped. I'm like, yo, cool fight, available person. You know, there's really no limitations to this fight being made. How wrong I was. In response to this Robert Garcia interview saying we'll fight Shakur at 40 or 44, the boy Shakur says, man, why will we do this at any other weight if he has a 135-pound belt, the IBF, and it would be for the Ring Magazine belt? That will make it interesting for me. I don't get it, Robert Garcia. Bro, get this man out of here. Get him out of here, bro. He a good little fighter. Your confidence is not like the fighter from yesteryear. I'm so serious. I don't care what nobody says. This ain't it. I named 5 or 6 people that are eligible people that the world would probably want to see Shakur fight, right? Because you're not getting Gervonta Tank Davis. Davis is dealing with legal lawsuits and all types of stuff like that, right? You're not getting that. You're not even with the people that can make that happen, right? So that's 7 people that we know for a fact you won't be fighting next. You running out of options, brother. You running out of good. And then you got a Mexican fighter, right? Which you've been fighting, Latino fighters. I know Teofimo he's Honduran, right? I understand that. But I'm saying you've been fighting people of the Latino flavor, right? And action, come forward, guys. Honduran and Teofimo. Before that, you fought William Zepeda. And then before that, you fought like a guy with an action style in Artem Haratunian, right? And now you're being called out in a fight that would be a good fight. And you're like, why would I take this fight at 140 or a catchweight at 144? Bro, get this man off the mic. The more Shakur talks, the worse it will always be. Because the Bruce Wayne of boxing is here. Bro, this is what I'm talking about. I can't wait. I can't wait to see how this stuff all play out. You guys will see, right? You guys will definitely see. I'm the prodigal son. Bro, this is like, I don't even understand how the Shakurs and the Shakur fans can even defend it at this point. You don't have many options, bro. You're ruling out certain options. Like, man, Keyshawn, my brother, I'm not fighting him. And then Shakur Foster called you out after he beat Fulton. And you're like, man, I got bigger fish to fry. I'm Shakur Stevenson. So he moved on, and he's likely fighting your bro, Ray Ford. They're working on finalizing that. So you're not fighting Devin. You're not fighting Tank. You're not fighting Shakur Foster. You're not fighting against Keyshawn because he's your brother. You're not fighting Shakur Foster, right? You're not fighting Ryan Garcia or Conor Benn because apparently they're fighting each other, right? You need an opponent. And then one guy who would be a very good fight where you would probably still be favored to beat says he'll move up to the weight you just fought Teofimo at. And you're talking about, why would we do this at any other weight other than 135? Where he has the IBF belt, because Raymond Muratalla, as you can see, is the IBF world champion, right? And he beat Andy Cruz. He was the interim champion, and then the Andy Cruz fight was for the full body belt, right? So he beat him. Good fight. Keyshawn again tried to act like he beat Andy Cruz, the guy that people still want to see him fight, but he rather fight a guy he already beat and then got changed to a no contest because he was smoking tree, right? In Albright, who's coming off a draw to Frank Martin. I know my boxing is okay, right? And Shakur's like, why would we fight at 140? Why would we fight at 144? Bro, this is some different stuff. I don't see how you can even defend it at this point, right? And then listen to this. Why would we fight anywhere outside of 135 when he has the 135 IBF belt and it would be for the Ring Magazine belt? That's what will make it interesting for me, right? Get this man out of here, cuh. I said, forget about it, cuh. Get him out of here, bro. Now the man is saying, after being called out at the division he just fought at against Teofimo Lopez, or at a catchweight at 144, where he just said he would fight Devin Haney or Ryan Garcia, a guy said, I'm big, or his trainer said he's big, he'll move up to 140 or 44 to come see you, and we can fight, and we want that by the end of this year. So he's open or will be open, right? And you're like, man, I wanted to fight for his belt at 135, and the Ring Magazine will make it more interesting. Here's the problem with that. This boy Shakur acts like cameras and microphones don't exist. I told you, the most dangerous thing is a camera, a microphone, social media, and that Wi-Fi, right? And social media, Wi-Fi, there's really like one, right? So these three poisons are destroying boxing and his current crop of fighters, these Gen Z fighters, right? Now he wants to fight for the IBF and Ring Magazine belt. What's the problem with that? This man just told you in a brand new interview with Ariel Helwani, he wanted Devin at 144. And even though he has a belt at 40 and Devin has a belt at 47, he wants to fight smack dab in the middle at 144 because the fight is big enough and they don't need belts.
Now, so I would love to do it at 144 pounds. We could meet in the middle. I don't think that the belt has to be on the line. I think that the fight is big enough for both of us to be fighting at a catch weight. And I don't think the belt really matter in that instance. I think we can both sell out a big arena, and it'll be a tremendous fight.
Now, the man that just said and has been saying ever since Terrence Crawford told the WBC to take a hike, the Shakur has been on interviews talking about we're the fighters, we make the fights, who cares about the belts, we don't need the belts, right? He just told Ariel Helwani he wanted Devin at 44, and they don't need a belt. Despite them being in two different divisions, both champions, they should fight in the middle at 44 where neither guy is a champion because the belt don't matter. But now you want to, Ray Muratalla, his trainer said he's big. We know he got power. He showed he can box and bang. He showed he was durable, right? In the Andy Cruz fight. Great fight. You or your bro Keyshawn didn't fight Andy Cruz. Muratalla did. Muratalla also fought Tevin Farmer, and he almost knocked his eye straight in that final round. I watched it. So he's developing, and he's developing a cool little resume, and his trainer is calling you out, and now you want to take it to lightweight. Bro, there's no way this kid is as confident as he's saying. There's no way. There's no way. Because you're a champion. You don't have a belt at 35 anymore. I don't know if you guys know that. He got stripped of his belt when he fought Teofimo. So he's not even a champion at 135. And now he's like, man, we should fight Muratalla at 35 to make it interesting because it'll be the IBF plus the Ring Magazine belt. And I fancy that. Now you fancy the belts, but you've been on wax saying you didn't care about belts and you care about paycheck. Bro, get this man out of here. He all he does is just contradict himself. And then when your boy Ego, when I bring these things up, it's my fault. Oh, I'm hating. But I'm showing you the proof. I don't just get on here and talk about it. I talk about it, but I let you hear it. I'm showing you receipts. I'm telling you and showing you when they said what. So don't shoot the messenger. Don't get mad at Ego because I'm nice with it. I don't contradict myself. If I said it, I meant it. And it's like that. So I don't run into these obstacles at all, ever. If I believe something, I'll be a martyr for what I believe in. If I believe in something, you're going to have to prove me wrong for me to stop believing whatever you talking about. These guys in boxing, they don't believe what they say. They're finding more excuses to not fight rather than to fight.
Hey, y'all, if like I'm the guy that went in there and won the fight.
Yeah.
I won the belt. Why am I paying to keep the belt?
This is Shakur Stevenson talking to Mello, and he's like pretty much complaining about sanctioning bodies.
That's weird.
So it don't make sense. But it's like to add on damn near double the taxes because you have an issue with Bud Crawford. I just can't respect it.
So at that point, does the belt have the power at that point in time, right? If I got to win the fight and I got to pay for the belt, fuck the belt.
Bro, and the thing is, this is why these boxers in this new generation, this is why they go to non-boxing heads, right? Like Mello. He don't know boxing. So to him, this is a shock, just like it is to any casual. They're like, what? The fighter wins the fight and they got to pay for the belt? Because basketball don't work like that. But basketball is a totally different team sport, and they have an actual governing body. It's really not a hard concept to understand. You're a prize fighter. The only way the UFC works is because they have most of the MMA bigger names, or at least they did over the last few decades or whatever, right? So that's why they're able to, and they rob their fighters. The fighters get cauliflower ear and $10,000. You know what I mean? So yeah, probably the UFC probably don't make the fighter pay for the belt, but they're paying in other ways because they're getting robbed. You got to knock somebody out with a vicious elbow and get like knockout of the night to up your purse. So this is why Shakur and these dudes be going on podcasts that don't really know boxing, because they don't know enough to like give you the tough questions.
Just, that would fuck. I'm not paying you after I just won the fight.
Yeah.
I gotta pay for,
You hear Shakur, like he going along with this. Like he don't like the sanctioning body.
I just keep my name on the list. Like,
But
I'm
I've
cool.
been doing it for years.
I know you have.
Yeah.
That's
For
tough
years.
to do.
For years, get out the ring, pay them people out of my check.
Ooh.
I gotta live with it. I'm cool with it. But when you start doing grimy stuff is when it kind of like, all right, bro, like.
But why? I don't know. I'm on the outside.
I don't know either, man. Like
I'm thinking. I'm put my business hat on now. If I gotta win the fight, if I'm the draw of this fight, right?
Right.
I promote.
You heard him say facts. So he believing, he going along with this crusade against the sanctioning bodies.
The fight, I do my thing. This is my fight, right? Now I win the fight. My purse is my purse. Whatever you get is whatever. You mean the time I gotta pay $120,000 to just receive the physical belt of something that I just won
To be champion.
To be champion.
Yeah.
No. It's like, nah.
But some fighters got to do it too, because at the end of the day, all of the fans know the belts. So
Yes.
when they see the belts, it's like, if you become champion, man, that guy is a world champion. So
Yeah, I get that.
some fighters that's lower level need it.
Yeah.
But
But
like,
what if they ain't got the $120 to pay for the belt?
they do, because they going to go off of your check. So whatever
okay.
you make, they're going
It's
to.
a percentage.
It's
The
taking
belt is a
percentage.
percentage.
Yes.
That is
It's a
crazy.
tax. That
Yes.
sounds like a tax. That's crazy.
You got state tax, federal tax,
Oh,
belt tax. Belt tax is crazy.
That's exactly what it is.
That's the type of shit that keeps the sport
Nah.
of boxing from like being at the level that it should be, though. Because
Bro,
like,
these dudes don't know what they're
Wow,
talking
that
about.
just blew my shit.
bro, it's crazy.
How do the sanctioning bodies, and it's been this way, how does this keep the sport from growing? This is what I'm talking about, bro. This is why these boxers go on these shows that don't know nothing about boxing. So the WBC, which is where he's really complaining, he said they were beefing with Crawford, blah, blah, blah. They were doing the belt thing with Mike Tyson in '88. So this ain't nothing new. It's new to you because you don't know boxing. This has been going on. Julio Cesar Chavez, Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. The sanctioning bodies have always pretty much existed since boxing's been popping. Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran. It's mind-blowing to you because you don't know the dynamics of boxing. But yet again, Shakur going along with all of it. Yeah, man, ooh, I got to pay my hard-earned money. It's always been that way, bro. And I ain't never been a crusader for the sanctioning bodies. We know there's certain flaw and fluke that they do, but I gotta keep it real. They do bring certain awareness, right, to the pot. Like there's lineage there. You see Muhammad Ali's face and Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao and all these faces on the belts and stuff. So they put in work to make the belts mean something. You see what I'm saying? And some fighters spend their whole life like, that's like getting your championship ring. It's totally different to other sports, right? So it's not really a hard concept to understand. But the point I'm making is Shakur Stevenson been on this, and he been anti-belts recently, since Crawford has. So the man was just complaining about belt tax on a podcast. He said $100K to some crooks who don't deserve it. Nah, Leilani, his daughter, I'd rather give it to you, baby girl. The WBC didn't even do ish to do, they didn't have ish to do with this fight, and is eating them alive. Take your belt. It don't make me. Bro, get him out of here. The man said, take your belt. It didn't make me. I just paid these dudes after my last fight. What the heck am I giving y'all 100K for right now? Because y'all got beef with Bud, so come at me for it. So we all know the green strap is more recognizable than any of them, right? This man Shakur talking about, why should we fight at 140 or 44? Because he's the IBF champion at lightweight, and it would be for the Ring Magazine belt. So that's what will make it interesting for me. I don't get it. The man don't want to fight. I'm convinced he don't like getting punched. That, like, again, let me take this off. Nobody like to get cracked in like that. I get it. Ain't nobody want to bow and just get like banked on. I get that. There's something different at play here. He really don't like to get hit. Do you feel me? Like, nobody likes to get hit. Brandon Rios and different fighters be like, ooh, I enjoy it. Ain't nobody want to get drunk and your legs are spilling all up. Nobody really want that. I get that. But I really am starting to believe that Shakur is not confident in his chin or something, because he don't want to get embarrassed. Like, he don't want that. He knows his demeanor, how he's acted, blah, 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 that he can't afford to have no blips, like get hurt in the fight or anything. And I think he already cried on the internet. He's like, you got a silver medal. Is that good enough? No. Oh, no. I don't like to lose. No. Like, we already seen that. He don't want one of them moments. Them no. Why? And he don't want another one of them viral moments or something. Something is wrong here, because when Ryan wanted to fight you at 47, you're like, why should we do it at 47? David Benavidez like, bro, if you say the best, move up, you know? David and then Shakur tried to get smart with David Benavidez. And he was like, man, why don't you fight Usyk? Bro, he fighting at cruiserweight. To move from 175 to cruiserweight is 25 pounds. There's a side-by-side of Zurdo where he way bigger than Benavidez. So you can't get mad at Benavidez as if he not practicing what he preaches now. That don't even make sense. You know what I mean? You telling, oh, fight Usyk. Bro, he got to fight at cruiserweight. Meanwhile, Shakur has no fight, right? He has no fight. And then he keep like almost talking himself out of certain fights. It's looking really weird. And if you're defending this, get off of my channel, bro. I really don't even want you here. We don't agree to nothing. Like, you talking about Benavidez need to move up, fight Usyk. First of all, Usyk's fighting a kickboxer. Second of all, you see how big this man looks, and he a champion, right? You could tell he's bigger. Look, I don't come to play. You could tell the man is bigger than David Benavidez. Can you not? Let me know in the comment section. Everything about him is bigger. So Benavidez is moving up 25 pounds, and you're like, oh, fight Usyk, because you mad because he put you on blast, rightfully so. So you trying to bring something else up, telling him to fight at heavyweight. He's already moving up 25 pounds. You could move up 7 pounds from where you just fought Tio, but you don't want to. After saying you will fight Conor Benn at 154 or 47. You don't want to fight Ryan up there. You don't want to fight Keyshawn because he's your brother. Bro, this generation is hurting the sport of boxing. They are not holding it down. And the thing is, these dudes are like, oh, Crawford's the big bro. Crawford didn't move like this. You ain't never seen Crawford appear scary at any point in his career. He just fought Canelo and moved up 2-3 weight classes. So Crawford was never scary. He was never out there doing weird moves in this regard that looked like he wasn't down to scrap. Live streaming can be tough, which is why I use StreamYard. Click the link in the description for StreamYard, which is an awesome tool that enables you to set up your stream with ease of use. Get great results with live streaming. It's what I use. Stream to social media with ease with StreamYard. Live streaming is here to stay. Engage with your audience using StreamYard. Great way to reach out to your audience and connect. So you need a tool that can do that. If you're new to YouTube and you're struggling to get views, one tool I can provide to you is TubeBuddy. I've been on YouTube over 10 years. I use TubeBuddy daily to crank out videos just like this one that you're watching. Learn how the pros do it with TubeBuddy. YouTube receives a lot of traffic, which also means a lot of creators, a lot of people putting out content. So you need to learn the ropes so you know how to separate yourself, especially if you're new, but even if you're a pro, use TubeBuddy. The link is in the description. Get more views, more subscribers, and a higher click-through rate, so ultimately you can realize all of your online goals. Use my affiliate link in the description and grow your channel fast. Right? And the man already told you Raymond Muratalla is big, and we got one more fight that is coming up at 35, and then we're moving up to 140. And you're like, why? We should fight at 35. Bro, he just told you he was big. And then Round by Round Radio says they have a fight lined up at 135 already, champ. So they won't be at 135 anymore. I think the fight at 140 makes sense. Shakur says, why would they have a fight lined up? Hey, get him out of here. Why? What do you mean? Why would they have a fight? What did we do? What do you mean, what we do? What is that from? What movie or show is that from? What we do? What do you mean, what we do? Bro, the man said, why would they have a fight lined up if I'm showing interest of fighting them next? I'm really trying to understand this. Bro, this man is a complete narcissist. What do you mean? Like, so Top Rank, Robert Garcia, Team Muratalla, they can't line something up. One last fight at 35 because you're showing interest in fighting him. This can't be real, bro. The man said, I'm not making this up. He says, why would they have a fight lined up if I'm showing interest? What does that mean? So what if they figured out this fight March 15th and it just hasn't been announced? And you like, they supposed to just drop everything because Shakur want to fight him at 35? Man, come on, bro. Robert Garcia responded to Shakur only wanting to fight at lightweight. If you listen to the full interview, I said Raymond will have one more fight at 135 and Top Rank is locking in a date and an opponent. So again, the game don't wait. They're already working on his next opponent. And we will be at 140 after. But if our next fight is versus you, we can do it at any weight. We don't have anything set yet, so let's make it happen. So he's like, we don't have it finalized, so we can still make it happen at lightweight. But it don't matter because I still need to know. And he says, perfect. Bro, why does he want to fight at 135? Why does he keep portraying like he's this small dude when we see pictures of him next to Terrence Crawford and he don't look much smaller than Crawford, who just fought at 168, might I add? Something is off, bro. Something is amiss, and nobody else wants to really talk about it. You know what? Now that I made the video, what's going to happen is people are going to steal my talking points per usual, right? You could go to other platforms, other channels. I kid you not. Look at an ego thumbnail. Look at the font I use, the color scheme I use. Look at how I'm titling the video. Look at what the content's about, like the actual subject. And there are people who literally wake up, want to record their videos. They'll go to my page as their first source, right? And see what I made a video about, see what the numbers are, and then just do the same video that I already did. like this is a group project. You know, like it's a team sport. Like, okay, they're taking notes. They like, oh, Boxingego, he made a video about Shakur getting exposed. Okay, he did a video about this, that, and the third. Okay, he did a video about this, and then literally just rip everything we're doing. Y'all know what time it is, bro. But back to Shakur. You are sitting next to a person who just fought at 68. You're claiming to be small. Does he look much smaller than him? Right? You're like, oh man, it's the camera angle. This is an old picture. Does he look really much smaller than Bud Crawford? Like, if you didn't know a lick about boxing and you seen this and Crawford said, this is my sparring partner, would you think they were in two totally different divisions? Right? No, you wouldn't. And this man keep acting like he's the smallest guy. These guys want to be Tank, bro. Tank is literally the smallest out of the whole crop of fighters. Literally. And he still be knocking people out. Shakur, it's like he wants to make sure he has every single advantage or something. This ain't the fighters of yesteryear, bro. I'll tell you that. Not at all. Not at all. And it's weird because I do think Shakur is a good fighter. That's the weirdest part. He's a good fighter, but what he says and in the actions and the contradictions, they don't really align at all. 1 minute he hating on Tank, saying Tank don't care about legacy and he don't have the resume and blah, blah, blah. Then he's waging war against the sanctioning bodies, saying like pretty much belts don't matter and they're overcharging and taxing too much.
Hydration.
No rehydration.
I'm ready.
But ain't no belts at 44. So you just want to fight. You want. So you just.
What we need the belt for? We the names. We the big names. Why we need the belt?
Get this man out of here. He just told Unc, Shannon Sharp, rich like Gannon, sharp like Shannon. He just told Shannon Sharp, he was like, why would you fight Devin Haney at a catch weight? There ain't no belt there. And he literally just said, what we need belts for? We the names.
So you just.
What we need the belt for?
But ain't no belts at 44. So. But ain't no belts at 44. So. But ain't no belts at 44. So. But ain't no belts at 44. But ain't no belts at 44. But ain't no belts at 44. So you just want to fight. You want. So you just.
What we need the belt for? We the name.
You just.
What we need the belt for? We the name.
You just.
What we need the belt for? We the name.
You just.
What we need the belt for? We the name.
You just.
What we need the belt for? We the name.
You just.
What we need the belt for? We the name.
You just.
What we need the belt for? We the name.
So you just.
What we need the belt for? We the names. We the big names.
You just want to fight. You want. So you just.
What we need the belt for? We the names. We the big names. Why we need the belt?
Touche.
Yeah.
Touche.
If we fought at 144, would you show up and watch?
Get this man, pack this man up, bro. Like I just did. I unpacked him, then I packed him up. Amazon Prime. What we need a belt for, we the big names. What we need a belt for, we the big names. What we need a belt for, we the big names. But then Robert Garcia said he got a fighter, just a fighter for you, that'll come fight you at 40 where you're a champion. You're no longer a champion at 35. And he said they would even fight you at a catch weight of 144. And after saying, what we need belts for, we the big names regarding Devin Haney, right? You say, man, but Raymond Muratalla has the belt at 35, the IBF, and the Ring Magazine belt. That would make it interesting for me. Again, it's all about Shakur and what he wants. And he don't realize how bad this looks for him. But I need y'all to realize it up in these comment sections. I'm fair, but I'm firm. The man is all over the place. I told you, he should probably stop doing these interviews because the more he talks, the worse it appears to get. It's getting bad. We unpacked.